All right, looks like we're live now. They changed the StreamYard thing just a little bit, so I'm not sure what's going on. Got some extra icons and stuff in there, but I guess that's what tell me about my connection is unstable. So I don't know how that is because I'm wired in, but we'll see. But it does seem like the quality of the video is not good. Not sure what's going on with that. So I might have to restart this or something. But we'll see. We'll see if it just kind of levels itself out or if people jump in and maybe somebody else's connection is better than mine. See how that goes. But gonna wait till people get in here and all that stuff. Then we'll start going through the monthly recap, talking about the shoes that came out this past month for February, which should be a relatively short list. Shouldn't be on here too long. That's the plan anyway. But we'll see what happens. And now it says that the connection is not bad anymore. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. But either way, so for February, there wasn't a lot of stuff that I could remember off the top of my head. So a lot of it, like with every other month, I just kind of go back and I look through the Kicks on Fire site, and I just see what they had to say and go from there. So a lot of the stuff that I would do often show, sometimes it hasn't always come up, or excuse me, come out, because dates get changed around and whatever. But for the most part, it's mildly accurate, to say the least, or the best. I'm not even sure. But either way, we'll see. Just give some people, just started the live, so give the notifications a minute to start getting around and stuff. Because you know how YouTube can be. Sometimes things take just a minute. But I do see for some reason I got one, so I guess it's at least live to one person. And then after that, probably talk about whatever is on people's minds. So if people get in here, then probably talk about some of the Air Max month stuff, because I haven't seen much of anything coming up for this month. Usually they'll put out, say, like a couple weeks in advance, like, oh, this is coming out. These new things are coming out. I think it was 2018 maybe when they did the 270s and some other releases. Or maybe, yeah, I think that was right. Yeah, the 270s came out that year, and maybe the year before, I think, was the Vapormax. But either way, it's just there's not a lot that's been brought up. So I don't know what the deal is, but whatever. I'm just gonna Yeah, I should probably start going live more often so I know how to get through these screens a little more fluidly. Because as it stands, I don't do this very often because I don't really have a reason to go live most of the time. So I don't. It's pretty much that simple. Sometimes people will say that, they want to jump in and just kind of see me do this more often, but at the same time, it's hard to sit down with the camera and just start talking for no real reason. Hey, BX, what's going on, man? I totally forgot to send you my address. I'm going to do that right now, live on the air while I'm thinking about it. Because I was recording that review, you know what I'm saying? Like for one of those shoes that I had opened up. And so then I just kind of forgot. Let's see. But actually, no, I have your phone number. I'll just send it to you that way. Yes, so BX, there we go. Give you this 55. There we go. It has been sent. So you will be receiving a text message in the next few minutes or seconds, whatever. Hey, Chaotic, what's going on, man? Just sitting here talking about the shoes that came out for last month. It's not that I forgot. It's just that I was thinking that the other stuff wouldn't take as long as it did. But, I had it on my list of things to do, and it was going to happen. And now it has happened. So there's that for you. But real quick, though, we'll start going down the list of these things. Now, I don't remember what all the names were because I just kind of group them all up more or less together. So these here, I don't know if the the orange pair was only GS, but I only saw people buying or posting grade schools, you know? But I know there were other releases where it seemed like the men's sizes were just kind of not in everybody's local stores. So, hey, JJ, what's going on? Let me, I thought I pulling e-money over here. I thought I'd put the link in the chat, but nope. Let me go ahead and put that in there in case anybody wants to jump in. Go ahead and pin that real quick. Let's see. Pin message. All right, cool. But yeah, I saw like some people were saying with some of the dunks that came out lately that they didn't get the men's sizes in their stores, but they had like grade school sizes and toddler sizes, which doesn't do most of us any good. I mean, yeah, I get like the women were mostly fine and coffee, you know what I'm saying? But otherwise, let's see, the orange pair was GS. Okay, so I guess I just didn't see, maybe just a lot of people didn't get lucky either, because I know there's a lot of that going on too. But I will say, just between the two of these, you know, looking at it from men's size perspective, I feel like I in a way I like the top pair more. I forget what that color was called, but I think I'd wear the orange pair more. You know what I'm saying? It just stands out to me. I like kind of like shoes that stand out a little bit. And then there was another pair of, well, another several pair, honestly, if you were paying attention through the month. So, okay, just see if anyone was saying anything. But yeah, so out of these are both pretty solid in my opinion. I mean, you can't really go wrong with the UNC blue and all that. That's been, I mean, as long as I've been, and I've only been buying shoes like this for only so long, only like 5 years, maybe 6, you know, so I can't really speak on a lot of time, but from what I've seen lately, you know, since I've been doing this, you can always count on UNC to move pretty quickly. So, especially like regionally, you know, around here, a little further south, whatever. But that upper pair, and obviously they're both dunks, so they're going to sell out anyway. You can make a dunk that doesn't even look good, and people are going to buy it. Because I personally feel like a lot of them, like a lot of like the, I don't even like the ones that have like the gimmicks to them, you know, where it's like designed after something. A lot of those I don't like at all. But as gaudy as they may be, people are running out there paying. Some people are running out there paying $7,000, $8,000 over retail, and I don't get it. Like, I don't want to pay. I mean, I don't like when I have to pay for shipping. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I want that price to be as low as possible. So how people are out here buying these shoes for these crazy prices is beyond me. I don't care how nice it looks or how rare it is. Nah. But both of these are pretty solid, though. I think even though I kind of spoke highly of that UNC, I'd have to, for me personally, I'd probably have to go with the gray. Yeah, I think I'd go with the gray. And then how many? Yeah, then there's 2 more that popped up. I'm not even sure 100% if those, because I've seen people talk about those cobalts recently, so I'm not sure if that release was technically in March or not, or people just got them, or people just now posted reviews, or what. But of the 2 on the screen, though, black and blue definitely gets my vote. I mean, since the royal blues, or the royal ones, I should say. When I got those, that was my first like black and blue shoe, you know, and I was like, man, now I see why people really wanted these, because, you know, it was back in, what was that, 2017 when those came out? Yeah, 2017, because I was in Orlando. And I was kind of on the fence about them, honestly. I just put in my little raffle and just figured I'll see what happens. That was back in the day when you had to go, and I say back in the day like I've been doing this forever, but that was back when you had to go back. Oh, did I click the wrong? My bad, optimistic. Oh, wait, no. Okay. I thought I accidentally deleted your comment. I was clicking on you to put the little wrench thing by your name, but And then it said message retracted. I'm like, man, I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, man, back in 2017 when you had to like go and check in, and even recently when you had to go and check in at the stores, I was running around Orlando, you know, because I was down there for WrestleMania, and running around all these Foot Lockers and not finish lines, Champs and whatnot, trying to check in at their stores. And man, it was a time when you had to work for it. But at least for me, I don't know about you guys, but back then when you did have to do all that stuff, it seemed to work out a lot more often for me, because I would be in there, you know, go to these different places or whatever, and it's like sometimes you see stuff is going to sell out quickly, you know, because everybody's talking about it. But if you can get in there and get your little head start points, I tell you what, before this whole flex thing, that was working out pretty well for me. But yeah, those days are, I'm not going to say they're necessarily over, but I don't see them being back for a little while. But yeah, optimistic, chaotic JJ, everybody, appreciate you guys stopping in. So the Hirachis and the Crusties, I tried for both of these. I did win on the Hirachis, so that worked out. But those Crusties, not so much. And I don't know where all those were sold, because I put in on the confirmed. Was it confirmed? Yeah, I put in on confirmed, and you know that thing is. I haven't had good luck with them. I'll say that. So I didn't think it would work out, because you know, again, if people keep telling you no, you just come to expect it. But since I'd won so many times on the Adidas raffles through their normal app, I thought maybe it's possible. Nope. The Crusties were not meant to be, but apparently they were in stock on other sites. I just didn't know until like a day or two later. And even for those Hirachis, I had to pay a lot for those, because I ended up buying them from one of those sites. Well, it wasn't a crazy amount, but it was more than I wanted to pay, because I bought them from one of those sites that will ship from overseas, but you had to pay that overseas shipping. And they were already a little bit higher just because of like conversions and other fees associated with that. So it was like the retail price for buying from overseas. You know what I mean? Now, like I said in the review, if somebody came up to me and was like, hey, you want to buy these for, I think I paid $165 altogether. It's like, no, the shoe costs $120. No, I'm not paying that. But in this particular case, I let it slide for, you know, the technicalities. And I will say, I think they were worth it, because the quality on those Hirachis is crazy. I tried for them Adidas, but I'm not surprised I didn't get a W on them. Ain't no shows. Yeah, no shoes easy. No. That's the thing. It's like you put in almost expecting it to be a waste of your time, but you do it anyway, because a part of you, like a big enough part of you, is like, well, maybe it'll work out. You know, you're kind of just lying to yourself, being hopeful, right? And what's that get you? But yeah, like JJ said, that is a clean Hirachi. They had two of them. I don't know. There was another one that came out right before that or right after that. It was like a yellow and green color, which I just realized I don't have that picture on here. But that one, it was fine, but it was not better than this one. And so next up, got some other stuff going on here. I don't know what was going on with these Air Force Ones. Like, I am not a fan. Like, not at all. Because I look at it, and like I was telling ACS Sneakers the other day, you know how like they have those vacuum seal things where you can like put food or clothes in it and they'll like vacuum seal it? It looks like somebody put this shoe through that and then just kind of sold it. They're like, yeah, let's send it through this pink plastic Ziploc machine and saran wrap machine, whatever it is, and people will buy it. And they did, right? Because that's how that works. Now, I'm assuming that this is more of like one of those collection shoes where people buy it so that they can have it rather than buying it because they like it. So Homegrown, he just joined the party. Well, what do you think about these pink whatevers?
I hated those in every colorway.
Fantastic. I fully support it.
That was the worst idea Nike has ever had in the history of ideas. And if they were trying to ride the wave or the resurgence of Air Force One lows, this is definitely a quick way to kill that resurgence. Like,
yeah, I don't know, man. It's like melted wax, just like
yeah,
poured over it.
yeah.
I just don't like. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like this color on certain other things might work for me, but on this particular case, it makes the shoe look even worse.
Yeah.
So, because I'm cool with like pink shoes, but oh man, the execution, man.
I think it's the whole vacuum sealed look thing, whatever you want to call of it, that just like really kills this shoe. And I don't think the vacuum sealed look would work on any shoe unless it might be like a new model that you would have to get used to.
Yeah, it's just not. I don't know, man. And then it stops at I guess it stops at the outsole on here. So yeah, that was.
This reminds me of that one designer that made it might have been an Air Force One out of bubble gum, out of chewed bubble gum. And he put it on his foot in the hot sun, and you could see the gum starting to melt to the asphalt.
Nah, I'm good. I mean, I get like everybody's got their own artistic take on things, but sometimes it's just like trash, you know?
Yeah.
So, but these, we'll move on to something not great in my opinion, but better for sure better.
Yeah. I was gonna say
questions.
That's an ugly shoe. That's an ugly question. The question to me, and I mean, I hate to say it for like the Reebok question fans, or maybe the fans of nostalgia, especially me and my kicks. I hate to say it, but man, the Reebok question is not like a incredibly looking model to begin with. It's not bad, of course, but it's not in my top 5 list of models. But this all over color is not my favorite. I'll say that. It's not my favorite.
So for me, like the question is one of those shoes that like initially got me into paying attention to things, right?
Yeah.
So we'll always kind of have like, I'll always have a slight bias towards it. And so this one, I look at it and I see, you know, the other things about the question when I look at it. Now, the color wise, like, I don't think it's that bad, right? It's not, if this was like a Nike ID thing or something, or Reebok ID in this case.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I'd pick this color, but it doesn't seem bad, though. I don't think I've seen them in person though.
Right. So, I mean, you can easily see them in person because they're sitting on the shelves everywhere. But like with the Reebok questions, I guess when like I look at stuff like the Lakers colorway, that was a good colorway. The red toes or the red suede toes, that's a nice one. The Bubba Gumps, that is a great Reebok question. Like when I see stuff like that, and then I look at this, and it reminds me of like the habanero Reebok questions they did, which was another mistake on their part. I think that's why I don't like this, because it reminds me of the habaneros, and then it also reminds me of that Reebok question from the Boktober pack that I didn't like either.
Yeah, you know, I mean, when you look at it like that, as far as just looking at this question versus others and like ranking them, yeah, I mean, I definitely see where you're coming from. You know what I mean? You'll get no argument from me out of that. So some of those ones you did mention, they have done right by them, and there is that white and black pair that's supposed to be coming out this month, I believe.
Yeah,
Those seem pretty
that looks
decent.
like another good one. That looks like
Yeah.
another good Reebok question. But again, yeah, like you try to branch out like people do with Nikes and Jordans, and it's like, no, stick with what works. Don't go too crazy.
Man, I forgot about Marshalls. Maybe is there one over here? I don't think I've seen one around here. Is it? Maybe that's a regional thing because I've definitely grown up near some of those in the past.
I was gonna say, you go back to Atlanta and you'll see thousands of Marshalls in Atlanta.
All right. What you didn't see was thousands of these silver toes.
Yeah, those are pretty nice. I don't think the resale value on those is too high, but the longer
retail, it is.
Yeah, they definitely are. But I think like the longer I go without having them, because when they first dropped, I did want them, and I was thinking about paying resale for it. But the longer I go without them, the less likely I am to buy those. I'm like, no, it's not that important.
That's how I feel. Like once, what was it? There was something that I had missed out on, like those Prestos. Remember the Nigeria Prestos?
Yeah.
Around the time when all that stuff came out.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't get them on that day, and then I didn't see any like restocks or anything too soon afterwards. I was like, whatever. I'm just gonna move on. And then sneaker politics ended up coming through for me. You know, it was weeks later.
Right.
But by that time, it's like, I mean, I still wanted them. Like if I had seen them somewhere, I would have bought them, obviously. But it was completely out of my mind because it's like there's something else coming out next week, next month, whatever.
You're gonna want it, yeah. I definitely know that feeling. I still need to pick up those Nigeria Prestos. I think like there's absolutely no resale market for that.
And that's one where like when I see people buying those from like the StockX's and Goats and whatnot, some people have been lucky and able to get them under retail.
Yeah.
I think it was McFly. I want to say he bought his because he bought like, you know how they're labeled as like medium, large, small, whatever. He bought one that was labeled as like whatever his size is, like say it's like 13 or whatever.
Right.
Because for some reason, the one that was just on the site labeled as 13 was cheaper than the one labeled large or extra large.
Yeah, I did see that. I went and checked that out.
So it's like, well, if that's the case, like that's with stuff like that, that's definitely worth paying attention to. But another thing that the release didn't quite go how people thought it would, or maybe it did in some way, the trophy rooms. A lot of people expected to not get them, but they just didn't expect it to be the mess that it was, right? I mean, I think that's fair.
Right. All hatred aside for Marcus Jordan and the whole fiasco that he caused, forcing Nike to actually make a statement of how many pairs they actually had on sneakers. Beyond all of that, how do I feel about this shoe? Because it's hard to separate. It's hard to separate the hate, but I don't. If I have to be honest, like I don't necessarily like this shoe.
I will say, like easily, like going solely off of the looks because that's how I judge things. This is not good. It is not okay. It is not something that I would want to wear. It has a weird look to it, where it's like it's got that dirty kind of like blurry sort of out of focus thing. I don't know what it is. I just know that I don't like it.
Like I wasn't a huge fan of the shoe. I think what made me actually try for it was the fact that it's a version of the Chicago one, and I've never owned a pair of Chicago ones. Along with never owning a pair of the Royals or the Breads. So any three of those original Jordan ones, at this point, I would take any iteration of it because like the resale value is extremely high and insane on those shoes. But I didn't like this even after the story, because like the story behind it is they look like that because of the supposed freeze out that the NBA or certain teams or players put against Michael Jordan. So the shoes are supposed to look frozen, but even then, that's it's stupid.
Man, I'm good. I have my, what is it, like White Walker Adidas Ultra Boost with the Game of Thrones thing. Those look frozen enough for me. I've got my frozen shoe, got that knocked off the list. But I mean, I see where you're coming from, where it's like, where you're saying like you wanted something else, and this is in that same sort of style in some way. Yeah. But because like for me, like, and like like this color here, like black, red, white, whatever combination, whatever layout on a Jordan 1 is not uncommon, right? There's been a lot of them. Yeah, I mean, most people did not get all of the releases that they necessarily wanted. I can say that there was some that I feel like later on I was like, oh man, I should have tried for those. They look better than I thought. Like was it red toe or black toe, whatever that was called, that particular one. But I was one of those people that I liked what was that? The bloodline ones.
Yeah.
I'm cool with like that color layout, like that combination works. Nobody can argue that.
Right.
But when I saw the bloodlines, I was like, man, something about these. This is the one that I'm going for. Worked out.
Yeah. I think I skipped the bloodlines and I bought the Defiance because like.
Which ones? Because I remember there was more than one.
Right. I was gonna say they did that whole little black and red thing. They ran that into the ground. Because I know was the bread toes, and then they did the bloodlines, and then I think they did the Defiance. But the Defiant Jordan 1s were the ones where they were like black, had a red Nike swoosh on one side. On the other side, the swoosh was like deleted, and it had all other kind of mess on it.
I always forget about those because the only ones I can think of are the ones that had like the big red block on the side.
Yeah. Oh yeah, those Coutures. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, that was. Oh man, like I heard they cracked a lot. I don't know how much truth there is to that because I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, just about every single pair had the red strip on the side peeling away on almost every single pair.
Yeah, so that's shoddy workmanship. These Zoom Comforts, I still haven't tried a pair out or anything, but I want to. You know what I'm saying?
The Georgetown 3s.
This wasn't the one that I was going to go for necessarily.
Right.
If this was 2019, 2018, when things were a little easier to come by, and I was able to probably, because I feel like this is something that would have been in stores for at least maybe not weeks and months, but at least, if you went in there like within 2 weeks after the release, you probably would have had to maybe walk through the whole mall to find your size, but you found it.
Right.
But I saw them and I thought, I want to try these because I like comfortable shoes, but I'm not going through it for these particular ones.
Right. I felt the exact same way you did on these. Are you going for the Georgetown 3s? Me personally, yeah. Are they a necessity or a must-have? Nah, not really. I was excited for them a little bit before the actual release, but now it's just like, okay, I feel like I've seen it before.
Right, and that's where I am. Like, I forget who I was saying it to, but again, if this was a while ago when these Anthony Levine, that's who it was. Remember, like when like the Mocha 3s and like the Chlorophyll 3s came out, and like they were nice shoes. People liked them. They just didn't buy them in large amounts anyway. So they went to outlets and stuff eventually.
Right.
I feel like this would have been one of those shoes, and if it had been one of those shoes, it might have been one of my shoes.
I feel like I feel like the Georgetown 3 is just a little too late. Now maybe had they released the Georgetown 3s before they released those all blue 3s and those all red 3s, and UNC threes and then somewhere in there, maybe they would have like done a little bit better. But yeah, I feel like the Georgetown threes is one that's just going to make it to the outlets, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays maybe not, because it's
yeah, that's true.
But again, like with my theory, like I said before, if they were gonna just roll out their stock over however many days, weeks, splitting them up to this store to that store, and they're just getting wherever they get to when they get there. If that wasn't a factor, people wouldn't be like able to make them sell out so quickly, because
right.
If only one Foot Locker in Virginia Beach gets something and everybody hears about it, they're going to go get those. But if Newport News and Hampton and Norfolk and wherever else, if they all got theirs at the other East Bay related stores, wouldn't be a big deal.
Right. I just don't like I don't like the price tag for those.
So these taupe haze 4s, right? Now,
the name that shook the internet because a lot of people couldn't pronounce taupe.
I'm aware, but so I need to go and clarify a comment that I left somewhere, because I was like, I think it was to McFly. It's like, I don't think they look that bad, but I did see them in person the other day, and
right.
they do actually look pretty bad. So I take it back. These are worse than I thought.
I gotta get on the opposite end of that. Like, they're not. Maybe it's mine, or maybe it's just me. Like, I don't think they were that bad. Now, did the Travis Scott 4s drive the hype for these? Absolutely, they absolutely did. And the grossly underestimated number of pairs being released drove the hype for this, because if nobody knew, there was a container containing a crap ton of Nike shoes that fell off of a shipping boat, and there were pairs of topes and other pairs in that shipper. So
they got what they had coming. Nah.
Oh, man.
I can imagine somebody on the boat like, nope.
But these, like, they're not that bad. Like, these are a shoe that you can wear every day, beat up, and they're not gonna look that bad. The materials on them are pretty good in my estimate, but
I just don't like that cracked style.
Oh yeah, that's what a lot of people.
If that was not the situation with these, I'd have a different outlook, because that color, that brown taupe, whatever,
right,
it's fine. With the black, it obviously works very well, right? I would have taken like suede or leather or nubuck or whatever else, fly knit. I would have taken pretty much
right. Anything. Well, it's under there. You just gotta wear the shoe or hit it with sandpaper or a
Dremel. I want it to be what I want.
Right.
I want it to be what I want when I buy it up front.
This shoe I struggled with because I got a review for this shoe that I should drop this week, or it might get replaced with another shoe. But I struggled with this color. I don't know if I'm going colorblind or what, but like in the middle of the review, like the wings, like the lace wings, they look brown, and the shoelaces look brown, and the front half of that midsole looks brown as well. And I struggled mightily trying to figure out whether it was brown or black. Because the pull tab is black. So, I mean, not black, but the pull tab is brown. So I really think that the wings are brown and the midsole is brown. But maybe somebody can tell me if I'm tripping, or maybe they can watch the review when it drops and tell me if I'm tripping. I don't know.
Yeah, that is weird, because I know I do the same thing when I'm looking at colors and especially with like these Yeezy releases, because I'm looking at it like some kind of green, but there's like a hint of blue. It could be gray from the right angle.
Right,
You know?
right.
Then I just throw a picture on the screen and let people figure it out for themselves. Let's see. And Pat's saying, I think you can put shoe polish on suede to change the finish. I've never even considered
never heard of that.
Yeah, I mean, I can see how that might work though. No scientist or whatever, haberdasher, but
yeah, because 200 is 200 too much to be just trying to throw shoe polish on a pair of shoes. But hey, anybody else that wants to try that, put a video up and tag me in it or something. I definitely want to see that.
Okay. Before we get on to the sixes, the fives. I know you did your review.
Yeah.
But share your thoughts for the people who haven't seen that particular review.
The fives. These were a good five. Not a great one, not something mind-blowing or wow, but a good five that you can put with just about any outfit, any condition, very versatile, which is, I believe, what it's supposed to be, because through the magic of Google, I found out anthracite is a type of coal. And I mean, take that information and do with it what you want. But yeah, I mean, it's a very nice all around Jordan 5. Like I can't complain. Is it like 190 price worthy? I mean, that's to be debated. But
man, I think so few things are.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. But like if you could get it on sale for like 150, 160, I'd definitely jump on it, especially if you just want to be able to wear a Jordan every day.
Yeah, it just sucks. Like again with going on the pricing thing, it's like
it
becomes like a now or never situation for a lot of people, because it's like if you know that like you've won a raffle to pay your 190 or whatever 200 for something, you're probably going to do that rather than hold off and play your luck later. Because you can at least, it's easier to undo that, right? You can get rid of something.
Right.
But if you find out later, you're like, oh man, I didn't realize it had this feature. Maybe everybody else finds out and then they're buying it. And yeah, so it's just, you get it because you can.
Right. And speaking of features, the cage on the side and on the tongue are 3M, which is pretty nice. They light up pretty nicely.
Okay. See, that's something I didn't know. And I bought those. I don't think I might have posted a video somewhere, but I bought some winter shoes recently that apparently if you wear them out in the sunlight, when you go into somewhere else, like because you might have to go into like a different area, like they'll light up. Like it's not cool. Glow in the dark, because I walked into my apartment here and I looked down to take the shoes off and like they were like glowing, and it's not like it's dark in here. It's just
that's crazy.
And outside, obviously.
That is crazy.
I'll send you like the picture or something later. It was ridiculous.
Because I found that out about the Yeezy Quantums. I had no idea that they glowed until after I did the review.
Yeah, that's what happens when I do the same thing. I don't always do the research. I just do the review sometimes and find out stuff later. Now I get why people do it the other way. I just I grab the box. I'm like, let's see what's in here, people.
Right.
It's like, oh, what is this? A Carmine Six. Okay, so I'll get my thoughts out of the way. I don't like sixes. Your turn.
Straight to the point. Not a bad shoe to me. I tried to pick up this shoe because of the OG nostalgia factor and the fact that I've never owned a pair. I like the color blocking. Sixes again are all right. Not a huge fan of sixes, but I'm not going to say I hate them. I've got a few pair in my collection, so it's not that bad. And why does that six look different than what I figure it should look like? Isn't like part of the midsole white?
I don't know.
which is why like they had bleeding on the midsole, which was the biggest
Oh yeah,
problem.
yeah, that's a good point. Like,
because that's a black midsole.
huh? Yeah, I just got this picture off of the Kicks on Fire site.
Oh,
That's a good point though.
interesting.
Unless this was like maybe because I know that this isn't the first time the shoe has come out.
Right.
Maybe there was like another version of it at some point, and this is that picture. I don't know, because I do remember hearing about like the white turning blue. I mean, turning red and stuff.
Right.
But another thing that I was underwhelmed with was, strangely enough, these 12s.
Yeah.
I mean, partly like it's no secret that I'm a big 12s guy, but
right.
I don't care a whole lot for something about the way the lows look because they have that like bowling shoe kind of vibe going on.
Right.
And I'm not a football guy, so the whole Super Bowl thing was just whatever.
Right.
So I put in for these on sneakers because it's one of those things. I'll sit here and I'll talk some trash about some stuff. But if it's something that, like, I didn't want them because it's a 12, right?
Right.
But I was not going to put in more work than clicking on sneakers at the right time and just hoping that went out, right? I wasn't going to sit through Foot Locker's weird cues or go on any other sites. Like, no, I was one and done. If that didn't work, I'm not looking for restocks. It's not that serious.
Right. Right. I was curious, but I would have rather seen this as a high than a low. I don't know. And then they were really bold with this one because this was a straight 12 with the assumption that Tampa Bay was going to win, unless they knew something that we didn't know, which makes me question, is football rigged? Everybody that knows football, answer that question for me. But yeah, this was just a straight Tampa Bay celebration Jordan 12, and I want to know what they would have done with this if Tampa Bay would have lost the Super Bowl. Would they still have dropped this Tampa Bay Super Bowl 12?
If they want to go that route and just kind of talk about who's going to win, like, they may as well start jumping on the WrestleMania bandwagon.
Right.
I mean, disclaimer, like it's predetermined, people.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. And then on top of that, the upper rips away to with the confetti look on the inside sock liner. So
yeah, and the rip away sock liners and stuff, like I know the Chinese New Year's it's not the sock liner necessarily, but I don't destroy or whatever any of the shoes that I have because I've seen that it can go wrong. It's not like, oh, like there's just this piece you just kind of take off. No, it's you got to really like put some work in there and make sure you got some steady hands and the right stuff.
Yeah, I don't think I would want to see the confetti on the outside of that shoe. I mean, I prefer the material on the outside as it is. So I would never want to cut away at that material on the outer.
Yeah, but yeah, and that's the thing. Like, and if this was, I mean, it probably would have been different if this was, let's say they treated this exactly like a flu game and just made it low, right? And everything else was just the same.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a different conversation, but ultimately for me, it'd probably still be the same feeling because, just I like 12s, but man, they just look so weird as a low. Some things are fine, right? I've seen some other low Jordans that look fine, but and I think I don't like the 7s either.
7 lows are horrible.
But anyway, so what about these? What do you think about these?
I want a pair.
You said you won or you want?
I want a pair.
Oh, okay.
The Clot 14s, I want a pair of those. I just the materials and everything, they just look really good in hand. A friend of mine picked up a pair and he let me see them, and I want a pair of those.
Well, see, I was typing a message there. But yeah, I don't know what the deal was. I saw a decent number of people with them, so I don't know if people were getting lucky or what. But I also don't know how many people actually tried. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because if you see 10 people with them, but only 11 people try, it's good. But if like 100 people tried, then it's a different conversation, right?
I think the day they came out, I was at work and I completely forgot about the time. Like the time completely escaped me and I missed out on them. I didn't even get an opportunity to try. So
yeah, that's and like I wasn't going for them, but and usually I'll put in for stuff if other people are trying for it because I'm good for passing on some stuff, but nobody said anything. And then later it was, oh man, sometimes like later people are like, oh man, I really wanted those. Like, you could have had one more raffle entry if you had like taken 2 seconds to say something.
right.
But these were also not so easy to come by for a lot of people. The Griffies, not those 95s. Well, maybe the 95s, but more so the Griffies.
No shoe is safe from resellers in 2020, 2021. The Griffies, they're nice. I was never a fan of Griffies as a kid. As my palate has become more refined, I should say. The Griffies are not bad. Would I pay would I pay a high resale for them? Nah, no, not at all. These are kind of like the Charles Barkley's, in my opinion. The black and purple Charles Barkley's, I've got more of an attachment to those because I had those as a kid, but no way in hell am I paying those high resale prices for any of that.
Yeah, it doesn't strike me as the kind of thing that would be worth that. And that's speaking from a different perspective, like, 'cause
Right.
I see why people pay resale for certain things. I truly understand it. But some stuff
Right.
just doesn't really seem to be in that category. It'd be like if somebody said, oh yeah, like these 95s are only going for like 200 over retail. It's like, wait, what?
Right.
What?
Because I think those are like 110, 120. Now, if you were to ask me, like, hey, you want these? I got them for like $20 over retail. Give me some gas money. I'd be like, okay, yeah, sure, I got you.
Yeah.
But you start getting into the 140, 150, $160 price range, and I'm like, no, you keep them at home and let them sit in the basement and collect dust until Jesus waves his hand and allows the resale to actually be that high.
Right on, yeah. Because it's just, man, so many things. Like people, I honestly feel like if some people, anyways, knew more about like what else was coming up and when it was coming up,
right,
then maybe they wouldn't get so caught up in paying like these higher prices for certain things. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like even for me, even though I'm only paying retail for my shoes, if on April 1st, somebody told me these are all the shoes that you'd be interested in that are coming out this month, for sure, guaranteed, going to be on shelves, I'd probably be a different outcome than me just like going through the weeks and just kind of buying random stuff throughout the month, Because maybe I would have sat out on certain things that I do own if I had known other stuff was coming around, right? E-Double, what's going on, man? Appreciate you stopping in. But these 95s in any form are not for me. I'm just not a 95 guy. And this looks like, I don't know, it looks like robotic or something, like if Cyborg, like from DC, like if he had a shoe on or something, like I could see it being that.
And this is probably straight from that DC movie budget. What is that? The Justice League with Cyborg. These remind me of maybe like some Alien versus Predator type shoes that they would have had not Alien versus Predator, but Alien shoes that they would have had on in the movie.
Yeah.
These are straight ugly.
Yeah.
in any colorway.
And I think this is the second, possibly third, that's come out this year. I did
Yeah.
like these Ultra 4D DNAs, right?
Those are nice. I hadn't seen those.
They also have a black pair where it's like, imagine everything's mostly black, but like on the front of the shoe where like there's like that white strip, it's kind of like a teal sort of aqua color. Those look pretty nice as well. But I'm waiting on some kind of discount because Adidas does sales all the time, but they'll exclude certain things, and I don't want to pay $200 for those. And I feel like I don't.
So they've actually come down. Because wasn't 4D didn't 4D start off like 400 or something like that?
Yeah, I want to say like the lowest ones were 350, something like that, and then there were certain ones that would be like 400.
Okay.
And it was weird. It's either 350 and 400 or 300 and 350. Either way, there was like a lot of money going on back in 2018, I think.
Yeah, 2018.
I feel like that's when those things started popping up. But yeah, if those come down or they put out a discount code that will work, because I don't see them selling out for that price, then we'll see what's going on. And then these here, the Vapormax EXO, something like that.
Yeah. The Vapormax extra ugly but interesting.
It was, because I saw these and I thought to myself, okay, I'd consider this if this was a totally different colorway. Because for one, it had like all the camo stuff on it, and I don't like camo on shoes for some reason. And it just has so much in general going on, right? It's like those Dornbecker ones that were like super limited that people were talking about a few weeks ago. Those have so much stuff going on, and I was just like, oh no, oh no. That's what I thought looking at these. But it's probably similar to maybe like the Vapormax Plus in some ways, where it looks a little bulkier, but it's probably pretty comfortable, hopefully.
Yeah, I don't doubt the comfort. If it's not a comfortable shoe, that would be a huge disappointment. But yeah, I'm with you on that. It had way too much going on. I would like to see that shoe as just like a regular colorway instead of a nod to like so many different shoes, because you got like the Mars landing, you got like, it looks like a piece of that new 95 at the toe, and all kind of stuff.
It's
like the Tune Air.
Because like when I look at, say, like, again, scroll up for a second, like with these, right, the different styles that you see on that particular Boost upper, or well, it's not Boost, but on that Ultra upper, come from the, right. You can tell like the back end is, I want to say, like the 4s, the front bottom area is like the 2s, the middle area is the 3s. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. There's 1s if you look from the correct angle. So you can see they took the Ultra Boost 1 through 4 and they just kind of brought in different aspects of it, right? And then like the cage and the heel covers from like the earlier ones, obviously, right?
I would have never known that, but they did a good job by making it one single color.
Right. So it's like they switched it up, and what I like about those is, later on they can probably do some pretty nice things with like the different stitching and like colors and stuff, but it's not too crazy to me. Because like I have that black and white pair, maybe the Oreos, maybe you remember those.
Yeah.
And same thing. It's like it just looks really good. But let's see. So there are a couple 350s that came out last month. The ash blue on top and the ash stone on bottom. What'd you think about these? Which way would you go if you had to pick one?
I'll say they're nice. It's not like we haven't seen it before, so that's why they only get their nice grade from me.
Yeah.
I would have probably, I don't know, because that's really hard, because like you see pictures of 350s.
Yeah.
And then you think they're one color, and then you see them in hand, and it's completely different than what you thought it might be.
Oh,
and
yeah.
what you thought you wouldn't like, you actually end up liking. But based off of pictures alone, because I mean, I would go with the top pair because it just gives a little bit more color, even though they're mostly usual colors that we've seen. But that little strip of like sunflower yellow or whatever you want to call it is a little something different, but nice.
Yeah, and I'll pull those out because like it's when I get to the part of like showing my monthly pickups or whatever, because I didn't get many shoes or I completely forgot, but I think I only got 3 or something, which doesn't sound right for that whole for 4 weeks. That's not really my usual approach to the month. But
man, I think last month was crazy for me as well. I think I was in some kind of like time loop because when I uploaded the recent video I did, I think of the Anthracite Jordan 5s, I looked at the last time I uploaded a video, and it had been a month since I uploaded another video, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute, where did the time go?
Yeah, I had that same feeling when I did the because until last night, my last upload was like last Saturday, and I was like, in some ways it seems like that was a long time because normally I would have like stuff at least ready to be published.
Right.
And I did nothing. And like even like that University One review,
yeah,
I bought those, came home, recorded the review, edited the review, got it, encoding and all that stuff, and I left to go to my mom's house down in down in South Carolina.
Wow.
And so when I got to like about an hour away, there's this intersection before you jump on the interstate. I pulled over. I using like the remote desktop stuff. It's like, okay, let me kick off this upload and all that. So then at the next stop, I actually went back on and did the publishing. So I did like the bulk of a lot of the after work while I was like on the road. Like I was pulled over.
Cool. That's cool.
I use every little bit of this technology that I have to my advantage.
And speaking of the University Ones, for anybody that is in the live or comes back and watches this replay, they are doing a re-release of the University Ones on the Flex app. So Foot Locker, Foot Action Champs, because the late shipments, they're going to reload the late shipments. You'll be able to sign in on the 20th of March, or the 20th or the 22nd. You'll be able to sign in and try and get you a pair of University Blue Ones. So I hope that helps somebody.
Trying to see if they show those yet on the. Oh boy, those, man, these grade school 12s here though.
Hideous.
Man, that is. I was telling Jeezy the other day, like if they had done those, okay, yeah, there they are. If they had done those as just like, say like a smoke kind of color, like a black and gray sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, right? It'd look almost like the wool 12s or something in a way. But man, those, I mean, I get it's a grade school, so for them, I can see a lot of kids actually liking them, so it's speaking to its audience, but I can't help but notice. These, what are these, 500s?
I don't know. Andes Mountains. I don't know.
Man, I am not into the 500. I think it's 500. Pretty sure it's a 500.
Right.
I just don't. They look like they'd be really soft in these little pod areas, like on the upper part.
Right.
It looks like it'd feel nice, but just looking at the shoe for what it is, it's not okay.
My foot just dropped 2 shoe sizes looking at these. They look extremely hot. They look extremely ugly, and it is an extreme no on any colorway. Now I will give credit to who is it? Feets and Treats, because she's got small feet and they look decent on her feet. But anything beyond a size 5, and I would tell people no.
Yeah, and I've seen I'm honestly thinking that it was the first time ever. You know how there's a similar Yeezy, maybe it's another type of 500, but it's a low like their shoes normally are, but it has that same sole, same midsole and stuff.
Yeah.
I saw one of those for the first time, like I think it was last week or something, and it was right after somebody had said something in their review about him, and I was like, well, I've never seen one in person. I just don't think I'd like it. And I saw it, and I was like, oh my God, it's as bad as I expected.
Right,
you know?
right.
Like,
I think the first colorway for those were like the Desert Rats or something like that.
Because like you want it to be, I mean, just as speaking from an unbiased perspective, you want all the shoes to look good and be nice, so that way they kind of give you some reason to like consider going after them.
Right.
At the same time, it's cool when some things look bad because then I know that's instant money saved. But you don't want them to look that bad. It's like, oh, man, like, I somewhat will speak up for the Yeezy line at times, but then you go do stuff like that, and then my hands are tied, and I can't vouch.
It's above me now.
Yeah, it's like, look, if you made some bad decisions, at some point it becomes your fault. And then closing things out, we had the what was that 700 V3, right? Because like the V1 was the Wave Runner, and then the V2 was something else, and then now the V3, the alien thing, which this shoe just looks odd in every way that I can imagine.
They're okay.
And those aren't boosts, is that correct, or are they?
I think there is boost in it.
Because I know there's some Yeezys that aren't
now
boost, but I can't remember which ones.
Those boots don't have boost in it. Those boots and those shoes that look like those boots, they don't have boost in it. But this one on the bottom, I do believe has boost in it. I do believe it does.
Okay. Yeah, because I just know that I've seen some where it's just because I can't remember what it is because I honestly just don't care enough. But you look at some and you're like, okay, that's it. You can tell like when it doesn't say like boost on the side of the box or whatever, it's obviously not boost. And you just got to make sure you look at the right side of the box. The other side is obviously blank. But real quick though, now that we've gone through that, we'll do the whole show off a couple things that got picked up over the month, which again for me was pretty light. Did I get those? Actually, I also got those Vans Exo Ultra Range Chris Johansson shoes. Yeah, that it was an impulse buy. I'd seen them online, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, check these out." I was like, and the girl had just put them out on the shelf like an hour before I walked into the store. So I was like, well, yeah, I've been looking for these. But this right here, the Stussy, I believe it's what they were saying.
Oh yeah, I want those. I want those.
Yeah, I paid a little bit more for. Well, hold on, where's the big screen option? I did pay a little bit more for them than I wanted to, only because I bought them from Well Gosh, and
I'm not mad at you.
The whole UK shipping thing.
Yeah,
but I'm not upset with it because quality-wise, it did work out.
Right.
One second. And so, also, which one is this? Ash blue. Okay, good. That works out. And I know we were just talking about these, the ash blues, which, if you remember seeing like the review, I compared them to the this? Linens.
Right.
They look very much like just they took the colors and just flipped them. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they're nice though. They are. It's pretty good material on them and everything. But I guess between these two though, if I had to choose, I think the 3M stripe on here would kind of sway my vote. But These aren't bad at all, though. If I had been able to double up on these, I would have considered it. And honestly, I probably could have, because I got through on Yeezy Supply just to see if I would be able to. But I didn't pull the trigger, and it's not gonna be like a regret by any means.
Right.
It would have been nice, you know. I'd keep that other pair down at mom's house with my other, you know, second collection. And then, of course, these, which it's not really coming up on the screen so much, I guess, but when you look at them, they kind of have like a frosted over sort of look, and you can probably imagine how that might be. Like, you could, like, especially like over here,
right? Yeah,
it's like from certain angles, the little sprinkled in white pieces looks like it was like somebody kind of misted some water on there and threw them in a freezer.
No, that's crazy.
Real quick though, quick side story that doesn't really matter in this situation. So there's this, when I worked back in South Carolina, right? There was this girl, and she had this hat, right? And, you know, she was going to wear it when she was like outside, whatever, probably for the sun or something. Either way, she has this hat, right? And this guy was like, hey, like, so-and-so's not leaving for a while, so we should, like, we're going to freeze her hat. So they put a little bit of water on there. Like, I guess apparently the trick is don't submerge it, you know, just kind of sprinkle some water on there, kind of mist it, and throw it in the freezer. So this happens. And then hours later, whatever, we go back there to get it out of the freezer, right? And so they're like, oh, here, take a picture, because it'll be kind of funny. We'll show it to her later or whatever. And so he goes to pull it out of the freezer, right? And as he pulls it out and turns around and holds it up, you see her, like, walking in the back door with it. And I take the picture, like, and in that split second, you just see, like, the sorrow in her face. It was like, no, this worked out perfectly. She was not happy. Wow. She was not at all. But back on topic. What about you? What's going on in your neck of the woods as far as the recent pickups that you would like to show off?
Okay, so I got this. Not much to see except for a big box, unless you head over to my channel and wait for that review. I got another box from eBay. So I'll tell you how that experience went in a review. Now for things that you can actually see. Thanks to the man himself, I picked up this T-shirt.
Man, that let me know next time you're trying to buy some from there. I'm since I have that subscription thing, I get 10% off.
Oh, nice. But the quality, I think the last time we spoke, I picked up the premium one, so I definitely love the quality of that.
Yeah, those had to look down. I was like, what am I wearing? Not wearing one today, but man, they are.
Now I picked up these, the Dunk Lows, not SBs, for people, you know, that are seriously into dunks. I will not make that mistake, because there is a difference. There's a difference between the SBs, the Dunks, and the lows, the Jordan 1 lows. I'm sorry, but on camera, the color looks really good. Wow. I didn't know how I was gonna like those, but they're pretty nice. They're pretty nice. I can't, you know, hate on those. And then I picked up these, the cool gray 3s. I know, plain shoe, but the hits of color do a little something for it. I know not everybody is a fan of the cool grays, but I don't necessarily have a problem with it. I don't hate them. You know, I'm not head over heels for them. The materials on it are really good on mine. I don't know how I got that lucky. I seemingly have been lucky with the quality control and materials on my shoes. And then I picked up these. You know, we were just talking about these, and there goes that lizard ass skin that everybody hates on it. So, and you know, man, this is brown. I know I told y'all to go look and tell me, but I don't care, because this is brown. This is brown, and this midsole here is brown. Looking at it now, it's brown.
That's what got me with the the Zion 350. I don't know if you remember that one, but when I looked at those in pictures, it just kind of looked like a kind of a faded black and white, you know?
Yeah.
But when I got them in hand, I was like, okay, so that's just like a dark chocolatey brown, and then this is like some kind of, I don't know, like a very, very, very light brown, you know?
That's exactly what this is.
Like a washed out version of that shoe in your hand, right? If you had like lights up. So I was like, this looks completely different than I thought it did.
But yeah, the laces are brown, the wings are brown, the midsole is brown, but it's like a very, very dark brown. I do like the hits of infrared on there, because it does have provide like a striking color contrast to the shoe.
Right.
But yeah, it's a nice shoe. I mean, would I pay like $400? I think it's going for like $450, almost $500 resale in my size. Would I pay that? Absolutely not. I'm gonna be honest with you all.
Yeah.
No, not on this planet, universe, or the next. But yeah, it's not a bad shoe. I mean, wear your shoes and you won't have to see that iguana nutsack scaling on it, because then it'll just crack away like it's supposed to. But the suede on it is really, really good. I'm not gonna lie.
And that's the thing, like, because again, if you don't do your research, which I honestly didn't, as we talked about before, you might not get stuff that you would otherwise possibly want, you know?
Right.
But at the same time, like, the reason I don't look into a bunch of stuff is because I don't want to like possibly sell myself on other things. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword sort of thing, you know? It's like, if you do it, you're going to cost yourself some money. If you don't do it, you're going to miss out on some things you want. But what you're saying about the that orange kind of red on the back of there,
right?
That's the same way I felt about those. What is that? The Ultra Boost S and L suede and leather, because it's like an olive color. Think like those. Remember those Take Flight 8s, the undefeated 8s?
Yeah,
it was like olive, but it had a little bit of that reddish orange in there.
Right. Yeah.
Same colorway, sort of. Yeah, that makes those things that much better. Because if it had been just the green and black, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. But that just adds an extra little level to it that I didn't see coming.
And then thanks to Jeezy, I went ahead and bought some hats. I've seem to have locked the other hat in the plastic. I don't know how I did that, but I picked this one up. It was a Mickey Mouse New Era collaboration. And then behind this one, inside the bag, as you can see, is the Sneakerhead clothing line hat. It was the Chicago Bulls New Era collaboration that they did. It's got the bull on the front. So shout out to Sneakerhead clothing line. A really good hat. And I think, and I picked up this one too as well. It's a Scream hoodie from Sample Industries. But really good quality. The print on the back is really nice. I did a look at it in a video, so anybody can go check that out. But that's about it for me.
All right, yeah. Okay, cool. Because I was looking at that hat, and I've watched between you and Jeezy, you both picked up some hats recently, and I was like, I know I've seen that, but I don't know if he got it too, or maybe it was just your video. So I was like, wasn't sure. But then you said it. I was okay. Well, yeah, must have been yours. Yeah. Otherwise, because I haven't. Obviously, I picked up my share of like action figures and stuff lately, which don't happen to be in this room. I guess. Oh yeah, I was cleaning up so I could,
things moved around.
Home. DJ, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on?
How y'all doing?
Good.
What about you?
I just woke up, bro. I was like, oh, look at this. I'm gonna see what they doing. I was watching in my bed, bro. Checking y'all out.
Coming by. So what's on your mind? I know you said you wanted to jump in.
Oh no, man, I was just coming through, checking in. I watch both of y'all content, so Y'all was live, so I'm like, shit, I'm trying to get on with them.
Yeah, man, I try to keep an open door policy or whatever. Sometimes it backfires because I've let in some random people before. It's like, people jump in, it's like a name you've never seen that got nothing on the camera. It's like, well, let's take the chance and see what we get.
Yeah, I get it, man. I try to get people to come in too, but I worry about that as well. So I understand.
Oh yeah. It's normally people that jump in, I'll know who it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because they'll say something and then they'll click on it and they'll have the same name they had in the comments or whatever. So for you, any big pickups that you picked up for this month, or excuse me, for February?
Gosh, bro. February. Look, it's so hard to try to remember because you get so many items. What? I think I got a lot, but okay. Let's see. February. Does it count? Like, what do you mean? Like release that or breach back or?
You just bought it in February.
Shucks, bro. Let me look at my phone first of all and see what I bought.
That's what I did. Like, because before I did this, I was like, let me get something together. And I'm like, because I haven't been recording like I normally it's like I get the shoe, I do the review the same day, but sometimes I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to record a bunch of stuff. Then I'll just kind of get the videos out over the next week or two. I need to get back the other way.
Oh, you know what? Here, I got a lot of shoes. Just flying around. I got a lot of shoes, but that I got. What is this? March 14th. Okay, yeah, there's 314 day. I'm from St. Louis, so this is our day today. 314 day. Anyway, I got some, bro. February. Let's see. So I think I got some stuff. I don't know if this is everything, but when was that? Maybe. I think this is also February. I can't. I think this. I don't know if this is everything, bro. Oh shit. I think this is this. Okay, so these. I don't know if this is all February, but it's all recent. It might be February. The bodega joints. I think I did a video on these, but them was February. What is this? The Turduncan thing joints.
Okay, yeah, you were talking about those last night.
It might have been. I don't know what I don't know when that was. I think this was February. I think it was.
Man, like that's the thing. Like, you could hold up anything, and unless I specifically know that it was when it came out, because it's hard to remember these dates. Like, even if you bought it,
I can't remember. You're right. I think this one was. It might have been February. I think it was February because I bought it at the same time with the other one.
The Donatello Dunks.
Now I just got this one. Maybe it might have been at the tail end of February. The wheat joints.
Yeah.
When I got the Stussies. When those Stussies come out?
Those were the beginning of February.
So I got the olive Stussies from Stussy. I got that over there.
Was it?
Yeah. And was Carmine's February?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just got that at the store. They had the late shipment. I don't even know, bro. There's more stuff over there, and I got boxes down here, bro. Y'all can't see it, but there's boxes that. Oh, you can see it. You can see.
I can. Oh, yeah.
That's low key embarrassing.
So,
I got boxes. This is not open down here. You can't see that. Like stuff I ain't even open yet. So that's like, you know the problem.
Earlier today, I had 3 boxes here, and I did it was maybe 20-30 minute Instagram live thing where I was just opening the boxes, and just basically I figure I'll open the boxes now, figure out what reviews I want to do when, and deal with it later. Because again, I'm trying to get the few things that I have right now knocked out, which is only 2 shoes, but then there's other stuff that'll arrive through the week. I think there's 2 boxes coming in this week. So it's not like it's a whole lot to really like get you backed up or anything, but I don't want to go through what I did last month when I was just like review after review after review, because it gets time consuming. And then hopefully something comes up for Air Max month, because I haven't really seen much other than Bacon 90s.
I agree with you on that, bro. I'm really hoping that we get some decent items for that as well. Besides the bacon, of course, I'm going for the bacon, but who isn't?
Hold on, somebody asked it. Because what was it? The last real release that I remember, like for an Air Max Day release, was
Jordan Grape OGs.
Was it 2 years ago? Maybe like when the 720s came out, that was an Air Max Day thing. But I don't remember what they did for Air Max Day last year, if anything.
Was last year was last year the reverse camo?
Actually, they did like the infrareds and the reverse. I mean, not the infrareds, the reverse camos.
Yeah, I think the reverse camos,
like the duck camos. I'm sorry.
But I thought that was more for just because it was the 30th anniversary of the Air Max 90.
That might have been it too, but
because like they celebrated that all year.
Yeah, I think it was the duck camo reverse joints. I remember that. And that new shoe, like you said.
I don't think they really care about Air Max month this year. Now, yeah, they are dropping the bacons, and I think they pushed back. They dropped those little patties. I call them the patties. The St. Patrick's Day Air Maxes and the Valentine's Day Air Maxes are supposed to come out for Air Max month, which I don't understand why they just didn't do it. Valentine's Day.
And it could be that they've just kind of changed their approach, but years ago, like at least, well, I'll say when I started getting shoes, anyways, they would do the 270s was an Air Max Day release, as was one of the Vapormax versions. Like I said already, the 720s was, and those Dynamic Berry, was that a 1? I think there've been a handful of shoes that were released, and they've got like the Air Max Day not logo, but like the branding in this on the inside or something like that. But this year, I was thinking maybe they put out like the new Vapormax or something,
Or that Evo line.
What's that?
That Evo line. I figured they would do something like that Evo they just dropped. The one I got, with all the Air Max on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like was it Collectors or something? I don't even know the name. I got it back there.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something
that weird when you just showed on the screen with like the moon landings and nods to like the 95 and stuff on it.
But I mean, and I get it, because like, if you at the same time, if you can't project things out right, because like these, just looking at the production date, July to October of last year, and these just came out, right? So I feel like if the logistics side of things was working like it normally does, that it would probably be better for them or easier for them to kind of say, all right, we're going to do this and actually do it.
Right.
Let's see, the Jordan 3 Midnight. So I was going to come back to that, because when that initially came up, those Midnight Navy 3s, my mind was still on those 3s that HomeGrown had. The gray and the kind of
cool grays.
Yeah, the cool grays.
Oh, cool gray.
I do like the Midnight Navy 3s that are coming up, and I'm going to put my raffles in to try and get a pair. But I mean, it's not like if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it.
I agree with you, bro.
But I will be trying.
I agree with you. I'm gonna just put in and be like, okay.
Those are the ones where the ones they're calling the Georgetowns. Where I was saying that it's if they would have come out like before, like you were saying, if they would have come out before or at a different time, then maybe it'd be more effort. But as far as right now, no, because they're just a blue Jordan 3.
And personally, like when it comes to Georgetown shoes, I'm still not thrilled about how things played out for me personally when it came to I waited too long for the Georgetown, what was that, the up tempos that came out in like 2018 or something like that. So that's kind of my fault. I get that. And then there's the Georgetown questions that came out also a while ago.
Oh, I remember.
And those, they were nice, and I wanted to get them, but they were just fully in stock everywhere for retail. So I'm like, okay, somebody's got to give sooner or later. Somebody's going to drop in price. And everybody just held strong. And then all of a sudden they just didn't exist anymore. So I'm like, all right, maybe Georgetown
don't get along.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna go for the Midnight Navy 3s. But my wife, she upstairs right now, but she's all over them. And then she said, you might as well get them, because when I get them, you're gonna be like, oh, I wish I'd had. I'm like, you know what? I'm guilty of doing that. So I'm gonna go ahead and go for them, man. But I'm not. If I miss out, I'm not gonna. I'm not crying about it, and I definitely don't see myself reaching back for it. But she persuaded me to go for them, so I'm going to enter. I'm not going hard.
And that's the biggest thing to me. It's like I don't mind dumping a few raffle points or flex points into some raffles or whatever, and just seeing how that plays out. And then, but like when the actual release day comes, I'm not going to be the guy like scouring different websites and oh, Snipes has them, I just need to wait through this. Like, no,
I don't think you got to end points for them, bro. I believe I don't believe you're going to have to enter raffles for this on Flex, bro. I think they're going to be open pairs, bro. Legit.
I think they're going to be so easy. You'll be able to enter on the finish line and immediately get you a pair. That's how easy.
I will say, like, on the times when I actually do want something, finish line has come through for me a good number of times. I mean, that's how I got the ash blue 350s, and I've actually got a couple 350s from them, and my court purple ones as well. So finish line, like, if you've got patience, finish line can work out for you. Same with is it Dick's Sporting Goods, I think? But yeah, a lot of the time it's just like I don't want to put in that effort. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like I'm not jumping through your hoops. I don't want your shoe that badly. So
yeah,
what's that?
No, you're right, bro. I think like the midnight, what's those things called? The Cool Grade 3s here in St. Louis, they was just you wanted to go in and get them, you could, just like Bloodlines were. We know what's up with the Bloodlines now, but you can just go in. I bet if I go in right now, they're still in there in the malls here. But I think the Midnight Navy 3s are going to be the same way. I really do. But we'll see. But I don't really think I'm going to put any points. I'm trying to get my points up because I'm at like 560 grand. I'm trying to get up there with the millionaires. I can't. Otherwise, I'm not gonna get nothing anyway on Flex.
yeah, that's the thing. It's like I look at all that. Like, luckily, the things that I truly want, I've been pretty lucky in that most people didn't care. You know what I mean? Like, I like to add 12s to the collection, and the last few ones have been underwhelming by most people's accounts, and I totally understand it.
The daily restock.
So, like those. What was that red and black? The varsity.
Yeah, the daily restock.
the indigos. And I know that's a sore spot for a homegrown, but there've been a few of those that just didn't really do so hot. You know what I mean? Like the University Gold ones did well for themselves, but they were still easy to get. You know what I mean? Like I say that like people liked them, but they still were. If you were putting in some amount of work, you probably walked away with what you were looking for.
Yeah.
I mean, I got 2 for me and 1 for my mom, like without having to do too much. Though hers came from Dick's Sporting Goods, and man, that site was a mess that day. I don't know if it was other stuff or what.
I never have a look with them, bro. The DSG. My wife, she had her Grinches on there. I think they played me on something. It probably was the Grinches.
The one thing that's good about the Dick's Sporting Goods site, if you're signed in when you're trying to buy stuff, they'll hold stuff in your cart. So that's how I got through, because like I was able to get back in later. Like it was probably like hour or something after a lot of people were kind of giving up, and I was just waiting, and I got through on the site, and they still had them in my cart when I logged in, so I was able to check out that way.
That's dope.
So that's one of the advantages to, like, if it's released there or whatever, before all the chaos kicks in, go to the different sites that you're going to try on and log in, so that way hopefully when the time comes you're already pre-logged in and they can sometimes save it under your cart for you. I think Finish Line is good for that sometimes too.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, see, y'all be getting plugged, man. I don't get luck like that, bro.
Me neither for the most part, but every now and then I find a little gem of information to pass on. But for now I'm gonna have to get things kind of start wrapping up, because there's somewhere, like, somebody was saying like they wanted to have some people over. I thought they said like 2:30, but apparently they said 2. So I don't know. So, you know, they live close enough that I feel like this way, by the time I get there, maybe there's other people there, and I don't have to be like one and be like, "Hey,
black people."
He's fashionably late.
Yeah, that CP time is real, bro. Like you don't know nothing about it. It's in your blood, bro.
Yeah, like you just saw it live right here, and I thought nothing of it. But oh man.
Yeah, why? So we was up late, man. It was fun. We was having a lot of fun, late night shenanigans.
Yeah, but if you guys want to go through, tell people where they can find you and all that good stuff. Appreciate you all coming by and everything all the time. I only threw the live together sometime this morning, I think. Yeah, like whenever. So I need to do that before this month is over. So normally I'd like solicit invitations and whatnot. But go ahead and tell people where they can find you and everything.
Yeah, y'all doing this? Good morning. I'm DJ from DJ Soul Agenda, one half of the channel. My wife is, of course, the other person. She upstairs. She was braiding her hair yesterday. She done. Now she braiding it again. I don't even know. But yeah, you can find us on YouTube here, DJ Soul Agenda, also on IG. You know, we do sneaker reviews. We go on Instagram. We go live on there too. I've been going live a lot lately. But yeah, come by if you got a chance. Come by, subscribe, check out the content. If we live, you know, we put the link up and see whoever want to come in as well. Yeah, just, you know, just regular people around here. That's it. No Hollywood.
Nothing wrong with that.
Hey.
Yes, sir. It's your guy, HomeGrown Kicks. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, YouTube, HomeGrown Kicks. I think the only thing that's different is my IG. It's homegrown_kicks. I do a lot of different things on my channel now. I'm starting to, you know, show a bit of who I am. So, you know, you want to head over to my channel and check that out. Feel free to. If you don't, hey, it is what it is. But I'm glad to be here as always. You know, glad to see new people, see new faces, and I'll catch you all next time.
All right, appreciate that. All right, so yeah, like I was saying, I got to get going so I can go and hang around and do all that sort of thing. But I do appreciate people stopping in to talk about the stuff for last month. And again, I'm on the fence about doing other lives and stuff, because sometimes it's like I don't want to just turn the camera on when there's nothing to talk about. But usually, I guess if people show up, then the conversation will make itself. You know what I'm saying?
I'll do it, bro. I say do it. That's what I do. I just go live. Just like last night, we was acting a fool last night, bro. So but just throw it on, bro. Start it up and get it going. I'll come through.
All right. Well, I will be live with HomeGrown here sometime later this week.
I'll be around.
Does Tuesday work for you, HomeGrown?
Tuesday is good.
Tuesday night. All right. I'll nail down a time, maybe something like 8, p.m. Eastern time, and we'll go from there.
Oh, yeah,
for sure.
And see, BX knows. Like, yeah, it was at 2. Apparently, I thought it was 2:30. So, but I mean, it's not like it's only gonna last 15 minutes, right? So I got like a window to work with. That's me justifying being late to myself.
Right.
But all right, people. to everyone out there, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I'll be back eventually. They'll also be back eventually. And until then, later, people.
Peace.